Race number 5 is the first leg of the Triple Trio on Sunday. It's a Class 4 contest over the 1,200 metres, headed by Hunyan Swiftness. Was the last start, course and distance winner from the inside gate. Gets barrier 14 though this time round. Maldives makes his debut for David Hall and Blake Shin. Rhapsody on debut. There was money for him. Ran 7th behind True Legend. Stock Legend has a quick backup from Wednesday night on the all-weather. He ran 8th behind Thou Shalt Sing. Fighter Boy gets the hood on for the first time. General Trump was a winner over this trip on the all-weather in Class 5 back in April. And working our way down, Red Zoffany still a maiden, Red Perfect Harmony still a maiden, and United We Stand still a maiden after 6 starts so far. As far as Chung Fai is concerned, Hunyan Swiftness has been up to Chung Fai, that agrees with him as well. Rhapsody and Fighter Boy as well, Mark.
And Hunyan Swiftness, Andrew led from barrier number 1 last time. He's going to have to be outside United We Stand, who showed good speed at his last few starts and has drawn closer in than the toppy. Rhapsody, happy victory next 2 from Fighter Boy, Red Zoffany, Ready Conqueror and Stock Legend. Hopefully, Paul, that speed map's wrong because gave them both a chance in race number 5. They're 3 wide.
Rhapsody moves nice. He's only had the 1 run, but I think he's come on quite well from that run. He's been up in Chung Fai. He's got a bit of a wide draw. He did go out as a 4.9 chance as well, so there was support for him on debut, but look, he's improved definitely from that start. Universal Crown, another one who's only had the limited starts. He's had 2 of them. His work's been pretty good leading to this. A couple of even sectionals for him as he comes down, and he's a horse who's not really being extended, so he goes nicely enough. And the other one we're going to look at is Fighter Boy. Now, he's had a jump out. The hood will go on him as well for the first time. He's got a good draw. Should get a really nice run. That's in 152, just working with Fabulous 8, who will be one of the favourites in an earlier race.
All right, it's the first leg of the Triple Trio as well, and just shy of 2 million going to the pool here, 1.9 million, so an estimated dividend in the region of $5 million for this weekend's Triple Trio. We'll see if we can narrow it down for you. Starting off with Hunyan Swiftness, Mark, and I wouldn't say it was easy here, Hunyan Swiftness, but a little bit cosy maybe. Alfie Chan rode him last time. He's got the wide gate to contend with this time.
He does. He was back to 1,200 metres here for his 6th start, and he was very fast over the 1,200 from barrier number 1. He beat Exponential, Paul, and he was backed heavily late in the race. Barrier number 14, even with his early speed, is still going to make it much tougher on Sunday. Yeah,
and look, he had his own way in front, so he set himself up with some really cheap sectionals. So he's going to find this a different type of race, and he hasn't won 2 in a row before, so I've left him out.
All right, Bright Kid, though, another last start winner. Form worked out well as well. The horse he beat here is Yi Chong Pegasus, but out in front here, Paul, or he ends up in front, I should say, of the 1,200 at Happy Valley.
Now, he was a 20-start maiden before this race, so he's now 1 win from his 21 starts. He's got barrier 1 with Zach Purdon on, so again, a couple of positives there. But this was at Happy Valley. He has to now come back to Sha Tin, where he hasn't done anything from 15 starts. His best has been a 4th. So another one I think might start a bit unders.
Yeah, he's up £5 for the win too. Barrier 1 a plus, but Paul's already mentioned the fact that his Sha Tin record is not as good as Happy Valley.
All right, well, let's have a look at some Sha Tin form there with General Trump. Eventually, I thought it was a solid effort to close off to run second. Universal Crown, United would stand and run the table. Also engaged here, Mark.
He's going really well, General Trump. His best form had largely been in Class 5. Both of his wins have been in Class 5, but he's placed his last 2 turf Class 4 starts, Paul. And United We Stand led up to the 200-metre mark and was gone after that. Universal Crown's probing up in behind them, but he's got to check there too, General Trump. He's got to be some sort of chance in the race.
Yeah, I'll put him in the numbers. I just think he's quite consistent at the moment. And one of those wins was on the all-weather as well. So if there is any sort of weather issues, I don't think it'll bother him.
All right, the trials here for the first starter. It's Maldives at Happy Valley. Stays on strongly, Paul. Worth noting, Zach Purdon's ridden in his 3 trials, but he'll be ridden here by Blake Shin. Yeah, look, he's 11.27 pounds, and I thought his 3 trials were okay without setting the world on fire. So I'm happy to watch him go round here on debut.
It's getting better with the more trials that he's had. Winning Warrior wins this trial. He's in an earlier race, as is Golden Cannon, who's the horse on the outside. So I know they're in an easier Class 5, the pair of them, but we can get a bit of a gauge out of that race as far as the trial goes, I guess.
All right, OK, that's Maldives. He'll be on debut on the weekend. Fighter Boy, though, Paul's the favourite here for the 5th.
Yeah, look, I didn't think he'd start favourite, but I have got him on top, Fighter Boy. His 3 runs have been pretty good to date, and he's only a young horse. He's got the hood on for the first time, and he maps really well. So I've taken him off the map for Fighter Boy. The 10 General Trump's consistent. Happy Victory's only had a limited starts for the new stable, and he comes back to Sha Tin. I think he's an improver. and Rhapsody as well. He's only had the one start, and he's definitely come on from start 1 to start 2. 9, 10, 3, 5 he ended up with.
Found one here at big odds. It's about 40 to 1 at the moment. Ready Conqueror is the name of the horse. Wagner Borges rides for Me Choi. Now, he's had 4 starts. His last 2 have been over 1,400, both with blinkers, and hasn't run out the trip. The blinkers come off here. His first 2. He was beaten 5 lengths on the all-weather by Willpower, then ran 9th behind Supreme Witness. He was beaten 4 3/4 and was making some ground in the race. So the 11 on top. To beat number 10, General Trump, he's just too consistent. Both wins in Class 5, but his Class 4 form is okay. Actually found a spot for Bright Kid at the end, despite he having pretty poor form at Sha Tin. And Stock Legends on the back up. Not entirely sure he handled the all-weather all that well on Wednesday night. Starts have been an issue with him. 1,200 might be short of what he's looking for, but he should be running on, and it's not a strong race. 11, 10, 2 and 8.
It is the first leg of the triple trio. Looks like a good race to kick it off as well. The only number we've all got is the 10, and that is General Trump. So hopefully that's a good starting point for you. Good luck if you are a TT player.